Hello everyone, I'm here today with a flip through video and I'm going through the second half, so part 2 of my New York 2022 album, and this is where I left off. I had finished at the main Met and then I was going to Harry Potter that night, and a friend of mine asked if I wanted to go to the store when I was there and I said sure. So quite a few Harry Potter themed layouts here before we get to the end. So if you're not a fan, sorry, but you're going to see a lot of that stuff here for a little bit. So this was just my main page that I started off with, just saying it actually worked out because I stayed at a hostel in Chelsea and it was only like 5.5 blocks, I think, between where I stayed and the store. So that worked out nicely. And I just used a bunch of different embellishments here. These were all 3D stickers. And then this was a wood veneer from Chadney on Etsy. Oh, and this is a postcard you get in the store. So I thought, well, that's perfect for scrapbooking, so I bought it. And then here I just wanted kind of an opener, and this was a window display they had. And I loved that all 4 houses were represented, so I wanted to use that. This is an old chipboard piece from Tim Holtz, and this is from a sticker sheet set that I had. I don't remember who makes that. I want to say maybe Scrapbook Custom, but I'm not positive if that's who it is. And then I have a bunch of these little ephemera pieces here. Those were from Echo Park, I believe. And more of the wood veneer from Chadney. You will see those all over because I think I bought 3 different sets from her that have different Harry Potter related things. And then this layout is a flip out as well. And so I had 2 Fantastic Beasts things in there actually, along with the other items. And then this was also a postcard that you can buy. It's of the Black family tree, and so it was actually a little bit too big for this slot. I had to cut it down a little bit, but I didn't feel like it lost a huge amount, so I decided to cut it down and use it in there. And then here again, there's another wood veneer piece. Here I just wanted to highlight this awesome stuff. This is like an official merch item from the store that you can only get in there, so I wanted to make sure that Fox was duly represented. And actually this sticker, I should say, I hope the camera picks it up. It actually has foiling on it, and this is from Pipsticks. And continuing on with more Harry Potter layouts, again, I have several wood veneer pieces. This one, in order to go on this page, is actually on the outside of the page protector. I don't do that a lot, but here it worked because I really didn't want to add anything else, and I wanted all 4 houses, and you can see that the crest has all 4 houses included. That's what it stands for, so I wanted to use that. And then over here, this was a little bit more potions themed, and so I took the cauldron here, and how I did this was I actually took this metallic spray that I had. I took the wand out and I just rubbed it against the wood veneer very carefully so that it stayed in the lines, and that's how it dried. So you can see the nice sparkle there, which I love. And then moving on to other areas of the store, this is where you can have all your things personalized if you want them. So I wanted to get a picture of that because I did get a shirt personalized for my daughter when I was there. And just some other miscellaneous things. Here's more of that lovely wood veneer. And then here, these stickers are all from that same one that I showed before that had 3D stickers. They're all from the same sheet. So I used up quite a few of those. I think I maybe have 3 or 4 left, but most of the sheet did get used. And then here is another flip out. And I love this one because I got to use the Gryffindor card because my friend and I both happen to be Gryffindors. I would actually also accept Ravenclaw because whenever I do the big test that you can do that has all the questions, about 60% of the time, maybe 55-60%, I get Gryffindor, and then, you know, like 40-45%, sometimes I'll get Ravenclaw. So I would take either, but predominantly I go Gryffindor, so I wanted that represented. And I just used lots of little like bits and bobs, different things that I had to make it all match. And seriously, I'm loving these flip out pages. And then here, this is actually a flip up under here. I'll have to scooch it down. There you go. I have this sticker. This is from an old kit by Kelly Perky, which is now Paper Person. can't tell you how long ago that was, but I've been hoarding that because I didn't really have any photos that would work with it. Finally, I had this book display here in the store, so I had to use that. And then I also was able to use this wood veneer, which is awesome. And then I happened to have this card in my digital file, so it was absolutely perfect to go with this theme. After that, I wanted to showcase the Honeydukes items here because they were so beautifully displayed. When I went to Universal in Orlando, that's one of the things I love too, is both of the sweet shops. Just not even for the candy because I'm not a big sweets person, but I just love the look of it. The colors are so fun and bright and vibrant, and I love it. So I have that. This is actually just a 3x8 insert here that I did because I didn't quite have enough for a full 2-pager. And then same thing here. I really only had these 2 photos that were kind of related. So I stuck them in there because I didn't really have anywhere else to put them, but I loved this one of Pickett and I definitely wanted to use that. So that worked out pretty well that I could just do it on the back of this one. And then these are the butterbeer pictures. We didn't actually drink butterbeer when we were there. We didn't really have time, but the display was quite lovely. And so I wanted to showcase that as well. We're on the last Harry Potter layout. So this one was very sort of Slytherin themed over here because of the giant snake and everything, and it was green. So I wanted to just sort of go with that. And it just so happened that it kind of worked for what was over here too. I had a lot of just tan, gray, black. So I could really use any color I wanted. So I figured I might as well use green and kind of make those 2 pages match. And again, I have some of the ephemera pieces from the Echo Park line. You saw the rest of them previously. I've been using a lot of those. And then these were stickers also from Echo Park in that same line. And then when we were done with Harry Potter, we had a very late dinner. And so I wanted to showcase that because it was fantastic. My friend said, we have to go here because I've eaten there and it's great. And she didn't lie. It was very good. So it's called Thai Villa, as you can see. And then I showcased all of our lovely items. We just got like 3 different things in split. And then we had a dessert, which wasn't so great. The mango was good. The lemon flavor on this, not good. So I had to write about that experience, and I love including receipts because you can see what, the address, what time it was on a lot of them. There it is. It was 8:25 p.m. My part of the bill. I really like those because it shows all the details about where we were and the meal we had, which is awesome. So that was the end of that day. And then this is my last day here. And I decided to go to the New York Public Library because I had never really been past the lobby when I had been there. And they were having a special exhibit that I wanted to see. So kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone. And since my friend was working that day, I really didn't have anything else planned. So I had all day until like 3-ish o'clock, I think, to get to the airport. So this was a good way to spend my time. I kind of slept in, took my time, and then went over. So that was nice. And so here I just have some general photos from within the library because, look at that architecture. Why wouldn't I want to show that off? It is spectacular. Didn't do a whole lot here either. I used some museum-based cards that I had because I figured that worked with a library theme. And then just a lot of different phrase labels. Couple little embellishments here that were metallic, and that's it. And then this, it's so incongruous when you look at this. Look at all this, very old style, very ornate. And then there's this, which was a different part of the library and very modern looking. Obviously the building is still older, but they had painted and they had this very modern kind of butterfly exhibit thing happening in one of the hallways. And I didn't know that was there. That was very unexpected. So I figured, well, I'm going to put that in there too because it's lovely. And then after that, I actually went to see the exhibit I was there for. And so I did keep this. This was a whole brochure that was quite thick because it highlighted the major things that were in the exhibit. And I just felt like I really didn't need all that. And I wasn't sure that I would really go back and look at it that often. So I decided to take the cover off and used that here. I attached one of the whole things here from Citrus Twist. So I just put that in there between this and the photo. and that makes it able to turn, but it does live outside a page protector. So there is a risk, you know, that I can see like this has a little crease already from just being flipped, but there is a risk that that will get damaged over time. I'm okay with that. I could replace it if I wanted to, and books are meant to be looked at. So if it gets a little crumpled, I'm okay with that. And then this was a Winnie the Pooh thing that was in there. That was part of that exhibit because this is in their collection of items that they actually own. Seems maybe strange for a library, but not, because this is based on Winnie the Pooh. And then over here, these were all rare books and documents. And this is a flip out as well. And these are related to original copies of items such as the Declaration of Independence when it was in draft form. So that was super cool to see. And really I kept the embellishments very simple here too. Some phrases. This is chipboard. Both of these are from Ellie's studio, but you know, nothing too crazy here. I just picked out cards that I thought were appropriate in terms of color and theme, and that was it. And then this was within the library again when I was done with the exhibit. I didn't know this, but apparently you can do a tour of the Rose Reading Room, and it's very small. Like I think they can have a max of 20 people. It's very short because they don't want people in there, because people are in here actually doing research, so they want it quiet and they don't want those people disturbed. So it was one of the weirdest tours I've ever done, but I'm glad I did it because I mean, look at this, gorgeous. And then this actually has a flip here. That's why there's a little tab on the side. Let me pull this down so you can see it all. There you go. So lovely light fixtures in there, and I did very basic embellishments. Really the most that I did here was one phrase, and then these foiled stickers are all from Pip Sticks, and so I just set them up to look like these items were shelves. That's how I used this phrase label, and then this was already on the card, so no brainer. It was perfect. All I had to do was put on the stickers. And then on this page I actually did have a piece of vellum backing up a brown piece of paper. That's why it looks like that. And then just a very simple wood veneer. And then here is the ceiling from inside the Rose Reading Room. I mean, where else you're going to see something like that? Maybe in Europe, but not often in the United States. It was so intricate and ornate and beautiful that I had to blow up this photo. It would be a crime not to, in my opinion. So I have that. And then in the gift shop, they actually had a postcard of it. So I had my angle. Of course, I'm craning my neck, leaning back, trying to get this. So that's my angle. And then this is how it actually looks from straight underneath in the postcard. And I like both versions. And again, I didn't want to ruin this. So all I did was just put a little, you know, phrase down there and left it at that. And then this was a photo actually from the hallway that is outside the Rose Reading Room. So these are not the same. You can see the shape is different, but it's a very similar style. And then here, this is the bag that you get if you shop in their gift shop, which I did. And I do have a couple of things tucked in there. Get them out here. I think I have something. Yeah, there it is. Like, didn't I have a receipt? I do. So there's my receipt for what I purchased. And then I had just this extra photo or postcard from the Met. I didn't know what to do with it. So I figured, well, I'll drop that in there. At least it'll stay nice. And then this is the more sturdy brochure that was just a single thing that you got during the exhibit rather than the whole booklet. So I wanted to save that as well. So all of those go back in the bag, and then it gives a unique sort of texture to the album to have this craft bag in there, but it also keeps my stuff nice, so dual purpose. And then over here I had this sticker that I bought in the gift shop. I wanted to use it, and originally I thought maybe I would just put it on the back of this. It looked really boring, to be honest, so I thought, okay, I've got this like 4x6 piece of paper already cut. I just threw a neutral piece on there, a little bit of washi, that's it. So not a super amount of planning went into that, but I think it sort of spruces up the back of the bag. Otherwise it would just be boring brown, and I didn't want that. And so after the library actually sits right next to Bryant Park, and I have been to Bryant Park before, and I knew there were chairs and tables out there. And so even though it was March 1st and not super warm, I think it was in the low 50s, I decided to sit outside and get a snack and a drink. And so I'm just talking about how, you know, I had been there before, but I always loved the look of it. I just love New York. I love visiting. So I did that. And then I was hungry by then. I hadn't really eaten. And so by this time, I think it was around 2-ish. And so I was ready. I needed a snack. So I went to the donuttery and I did the 12-pack. And so I wrote about that, which flavors I got. And then I had these stickers from Pip Sticks. When I saw them, I knew they would work for this. And then for my Chicago trip that I also took in 2022, I had some donuts there. And so I thought, well, that's going to work for both. And so I wanted to make sure that I had that covered. And so I got to use quite a few here, which is awesome. And I really did do a whole lot of other embellishing. This is just a little puffy sticker. These are little sprinkles that came in this set. Like, that's it. You know, nothing too major other than the labels, but I think it looks cute. And then on the last page, I kept this pretty simple too. I just showed my route from there. So I had to load the train there at the Bryant Park Station, which is perfect. It was literally at the corner from where I was. And it just shows my route from there to LaGuardia. And then I just wrote about how, okay, now I can say I've had that LaGuardia experience. Didn't care for it coming in or going out of that airport. So I don't know that I would do that again unless I had no other choice. But it's all part of the trip. And so I wanted to make sure that was included as well. So that is it. New York is finished for 2022. I hope you've enjoyed watching me put it together. And I hope you'll come back for more process videos and more flip-throughs. Thanks for watching.